Wow, what do you know? I'll continue from this, but there we go. I actually dug it out. This is my memory. Prime example. I had no idea I had it until this little bit on the back is what jolted my memory, because I remember reading this and I thought, there you go, 9 additional fighters. It's 8 fighters, and this just said 9 additional titles. Advertising more Gremlin interactive games. Top Gear 2, Legacy of Sorasil, you got Zool 2 and Nigel Mansell. So let's start again. At least we get a bigger cover, that's one thing. So this is Shadow Fighter, as you can see, for the Amiga 1200 and 4000. So nice big clear thing. I cannot believe I forgot I had this. But rather than start again, I think that just sums up the memory, so I'm leaving that. So in 17, an amazing 17 different fighters with 8 more to follow in a special add-on pack. That's what my memory was picking up on. So, carry on with the cover, as I was saying. Maybe I can have a double win here and actually remember the film that I'm trying to do. It's a John Carpenter film. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. And I'm going to leave this, like I say, this is my memory on a bad day. Most people say they have bad memories. I have a terrible memory, really terrible. Big Trouble in Little China, there we go, I got there in the end. So it reminds me of that, with the hats and the people, and yeah, there we go. Moving on to the back of this. Let's have a look compared, as I knocked the box there. Pretty much the same. Obviously, as I always say, I try and pick up the big box version because the package is so much clearer, so much bigger for a start, and you normally get a little bit extra. And I do like boxes for games. So, have a quick compare and see. It seems to be the same. 1 or 2 player, 17 characters, 25 different moves per fighter. Yep, that's the same. It's all the same. Neat digital quality soundtrack, that's the only thing. On the CD32 at the bottom there, unique digital quality soundtrack. So let's have a quick look at the screenshots really here on the back. That really shows it off, it really does. I know that this, I think there are about 2 or 3, I think there are Amiga only beat 'em ups that came very late in the Amiga's life and into the CD32, and even late for the CD32's life span, to be honest. That really do push the bar. In fact, many games as well, not just beat 'em ups. So this might be one of them. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, look at it, looks almost comical. Don't know if I can get that without the light catching. Not really. About there maybe. There. So yeah, looks really good. And as I say, I didn't have this. I didn't have any friends that had this. We might as well open the box for this one. So great big hefty manual. It's probably in several languages. Yep, that's nice and clear. There we go. Because for the CD32 manual, it does go through the fighters, but it doesn't have lovely big clear pictures. I'm really trying to sell the disc version over the CD32 version because copy protection was very common back then. A poster. I've forgotten this. I normally take posters out of games and just keep them in a posters drawer and circulate them. Yeah, nice big poster there, Shadow Fighter poster. So, not saying every Amiga version would come with that, but that's another extra. Registration card, and I think that's 1200, 4000 information, which is strange then, because then the manual may be for a PC. Or maybe it's just last minute add-on information. So, let's move that out of the way. That means I have the discs somewhere downstairs. I keep them all. And now I can see my camera is playing up as well. What a day I'm having today. Hold on a jiffy, I will do this on the fly. It's one of those days. Just give me a second here. And I did settle this. The camera keeps forgetting. Oh, it's because gain is on auto. You can turn off and come up a little bit. Was it the exposure then? I know it's one of these. There we go. No, it's too much. Well, that's too bright, but that'll do for the moment. I apologise for that. I will probably re-audio this one anyway. Starting to realise that I'm coming at this from the wrong angle. But anyway, to carry on with this awful video. Back to the CD32 version. Yep, so it does have a digital quality soundtrack, so that would win it over music. Anyway, I'm still getting flicker shadow there. This is unbelievable. I'm going to edit and cut this video, or maybe I'll just put it up straight as it is. A sort of behind the scenes terrible day filming video. I love that auto actually makes it go back to doing this again. It's the exposure for some reason, but it just doesn't like. Anyway, that'll do. Let's have a look at the manual. As I said, it does go through the fighters, CD32 D-pad controls, basically options in the game and getting into the game, selecting a fighter there. We'll see this running later. It does list the special moves. I'm sure obviously each fighter with their different moves you can either work out or it does show later. So here we go. This is what I was talking about compared to manual to manual. I know I sound so square saying this, but this is the exact reason I house my CD32 games in bigger box. This may have come out in a big box, but even then I'm fairly certain this would be the manual inside if it was available for CD32 big box. So manual's good, but it squeezes it all down into the necessary size. So you have the fighters, and it does list the special moves, but it doesn't actually say how to do them there. If I try and find one that can pick up on round about there. Doesn't actually say how to do them, so that's more of the fun of the game. I'm sure, of course, back in the day, I remember in magazines they would list the moves. So let's just quickly go back to this manual. I really want to admire the poster here. So when this has it, yeah, you have the full size drawing, so it's much better. It just looks so cool. Characters as well, so that makes it for me. It really does. So there you go. And also the prices, again, I'm not sure if it came out big box CD32, but you may be expected to pay a lot for that, and I don't even mean eBay prices, I've just mean in general. There'd be quite a few people bidding or buying whatever on it, so I would go for the CD just by its own and pick up the Amiga bigger box for this wonderful artwork and everything. Also notice down here it does say how to do the special moves. So you know, someone would say, oh, the lighting's too strong, but I'll take photos later. No, it's got melting body and it's got a question mark, so not everything is given away. The speed dragon down there is also question mark, as the camera is still going back to shadowing with lines. Unbelievable. So the Shadow Fighter, the ultimate, nothing much known. So yeah, so this has turned into more of a buy the disc version for the box and the packaging and the manual over the CD32 version, but yeah, I actually do prefer getting both. Or indeed, if you're just playing off of ROM or whatever, then it's worthwhile tracking down the Shadow Fighter disc manual so you can at least get started on the special moves. As for this awesome cover, I will look at this as the reason I bought the box. I mean, that's just fantastic. As I always say, it sums it up, blah blah blah. I just feel myself saying the same old thing, but yeah, I like it. I like it. The back as well, it's one of those games that literally just says, there's the screenshot, see for yourself, blah blah blah. Does list. Let's read the back because I haven't, all this technical stuff, I've missed it. 17 characters to fight, extra 8 fighters available in early 95, which means more fighters than any other Amiga beat 'em up. Try and get there, I think, into focus. Than any other Amiga beat 'em up. Easy play, one button joystick control system. What about joystick? Most people will be on pads by now, but still. Blood option during match for ultra violence, or one word. 1 or 2 player option, naturally, I was about to say that myself. 8 megabyte of fighter graphics with over 150 frames per character. At least 25 different moves per fighter. 80 colours on screen, an average of 64 parallax levels on every screen. Unique training mode with a specially armed puppet. The macabre papaz. There we go. So parallax scrolling as well, which to be honest is a given with a beat 'em up or shoot 'em up. Really, the camera, the background here lining is unbelievable. So yeah, again, CD32 won't say about the additional fighters. Oh, 17 characters to fight, more fighters than any other Amiga beat 'em up. 17 characters to fight plus 8 fighters, which means more fighters. So which is it? 17 plus 8 equals more fighters than any other Amiga beat 'em up, or just 17 equals more? Maybe it was 17, and there you go. It's really got a lot more. And I'll have to look up, see if the disc add-on actually came out as well, and if you could do something of the CD32 version. I doubt it, but as my PC fan kicks on, so it's all going wrong today. Hey, yeah, who knows? I mean, in this day and age, it would be nice to collect this and find the additional disc, or just download it and be able to somehow incorporate it into the CD32 version, but I doubt it, unfortunately. So I think this one's stuck with 17 fighters. If this came out, because maybe it didn't. Who knows? I will find out later. So, yep, everything else is there. That'll do, I think, before anything else goes wrong. And I can hear a van, a lorry or something outside the window. I will shut off quick while I'm not ahead, but certainly just about got through this review. Shadow Fighter for, well, big box for the Amiga and for the CD32 version. And yeah, there is saying about the sticker as well. Free Shadow Fighter poster inside by Famous. 2000 AD, Judge Dredd and slain artist Greg Staples. That means anything to anyone, that sounds cool. So that's another +1 for the Shadow Fighter Amiga version. There we go. I'm going to end it before anything else goes wrong.